So we're gonna make an arm roast. So what we got here is a beef arm roast, bone in.
Breaking news live. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to say that Chris is going to take you through his process. You'll later find out that maybe that wasn't the right process to do it. If you're going to cook your meat in the crock pot and you want your meat a bit seared or like the seasoning cooked on the meat a little bit, do that on the stovetop and then transfer your meat to the crock pot and you'll be good to go to add all your ingredients at that point. If you just want to do it all on the stovetop, you'll be good to go and set. Now back to Chris.
See? But yeah, let's get started. This is a big piece of meat. You really can't over season it, especially before you put in the other things like the vegetable stock. So we're just gonna get this side first. That's salt and pepper. This is the garlic. And again, we're gonna put more seasoning in here. This is just the stuff at first. So what I'm looking to do with this is to pull some of the moisture out of the meat with the salt. And then that moisture is gonna hydrate these dry seasonings, so like the garlic and the onion, so that when I turn on the crock pot, it won't burn anything in here. Oops. That's fine. All right. I want to finish doing this. I'm gonna close it up. And then we'll see you in about 30 minutes. All right. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. Just gonna go ahead and turn that crock pot on high. All right. And plug it in, of course. All right, now we're gonna wait until some more of that liquid starts coming out. Like the water that's being retained in that meat. Once we see it in here, that's when we'll go ahead and we'll start adding our vegetables and our stock. So now we just let it heat up. Okay, so now that the meat's started to sweat, we can add our vegetable stock right here.
Now, do you have one of these, which is what you're supposed to use? But I find if you have like a regular can opener, this works just as well to open these like home canned things. So again, you can have one of these, but this works just as well. You just want to cook it
on the edge there. Did I get that on the thing? Mm-hmm. Dump this whole thing in there. Ooh. And now I can start putting in my vegetables. So I got onion here. Got carrot. Put a little bit more. Celery. I like to put some extra garlic. Got some minced garlic. And then mushrooms. I like to put mushrooms in here. Then I'll give this a little stir.
That loud pop was the crock pot snapping in half. So now we know not to put room temperature liquid in a hot crock pot. On a positive note, we get to go to Goodwill and find a good crock pot that has a little light that shows when it's on, because this one for some reason doesn't. When Chris lifted up the crock pot, it was dripping at the bottom, so we had to transfer all of the ingredients and the arm roast to a big pot to put on the stove. When you put it on the stove, you want to bring it to a rolling boil and then put it down to a simmer with the lid on.
Okay. We're at the stove now. It cracked, the slow cooker cracked and was leaking, so we had to move it. But if you want to get closer here. So it's been in here for like 6.5, almost 7 hours. And you're looking for it to fall apart just like that. So now, what I like to do is, it's probably gonna need more seasoning, a little bit more seasoning, whatever you like. I think I'm just gonna add salt to this after I kind of pull it apart. And then once I add that seasoning to it, the way that I like it, I'm going to try to prop this lid open just a little bit, just to get the extra water out. So we let it cook down, pulled the meat apart, we seasoned it. It just needed a little bit more salt. Now let's see what it looks like.
Let us know what you think about this recipe in the comments below. Also, please let us know what recipes you would like us to make for future videos. If you enjoyed cooking with us, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing.
Pretty much everything cooked down, except for, you know, the mushrooms and the carrots.
Happy eating!